Welcome back to the next continuation of this feeding and updates video. Not sure how this video is going to go, but as you can see on camera, there is a pissed off and intimidating looking scorpion. I still have not fed these guys on camera. I've tried, it didn't work, so I deleted the videos. I'm just going to throw a couple of damn crickets in here and talk about the thing. If it eats them, it eats them. If it doesn't, I'm going to leave them in there. So, but this is one of two Heterometrus petersii that I have, the Asian forest scorpion. I bought a sexed pair 3 or 4 months ago probably, and haven't been big eaters for me, but I can throw feeders in sometimes and then they're gone later. But I think I need to change up their enclosures because they just seem to be in a pissy mood all the time, and I guess I would be too if I lived in the conditions that I keep these guys in. I don't know as much about scorpion care as I do tarantula, so there is my male, again, like I said, looking pissed off. We're going to let the cricket approach it one more time, and then we're going to break out his girlfriend. Those darn crickets are probably too small for that thing, but I bet you'll eat him anyway. Okay, let's go find the girl. So here is the next pissed off scorpion. This is his girlfriend, the female. The vibrations of my voice startled her, and now she's got herself an attitude. I don't know if she will eat either. I'm telling you guys, there's got to be something that I'm doing wrong in feeding my scorpions. Any of you guys out there that have a lot more experience with scorpions, please let me know how to get takedowns. I can never get takedowns on camera, but I can leave this stuff in there, and days from now it will be gone. There is my female Heterometrus petersii, the Asian forest scorpion. Let's move on. This next tarantula is another one of my most beautiful, and I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say my favorite species so far as beauty goes. Tom Moran just did a kick-ass featured species video on this one right here, and in fact, he talked me into getting this girl over a year ago, the first time he did a featured species on the Harpyptera pulchripes, and I was convinced that my second tarantula needed to be an old world. And Tom told me that they were a great old world species, so I found a guy that had one, talked him down to the right price, and got this thing as a little over an inch sling. Had it for a year and a half or so now, and she's a good 4 inches. And I was able to sex one of her last couple of molts, and I confirmed it with the last one that she is indeed a female, and her name is Phoebe. And she's probably another molt or two away from about breeding age. Let's see if she's hungry. She hasn't been very food responsive lately, so we'll see what happens. Oh, yep, she's hungry. Heck, maybe she wants another one. Let's see. Hold on, I'm going to grab another cricket. I take that back instead. I'm going to try a waxworm. Maybe she'll grab that as well. It'll be a nice treat. Help fatten her up. Maybe push her closer to a molt. And I'm not worried about this thing burrowing or anything like that because it is the larva of a moth. So, and it's also dead now. It's the larva of a moth, so even if it did pupate and hatch out, it's not a beetle, it's a moth, so it would not be a threat to her, but it is now a supplement to her nice meal. I really wish I could get some better looks at her, guys. She's so gorgeous. A lot of you who've been with me for a while know that because you've seen plenty of videos of her. If you haven't, go back and look some of those up. She is definitely one of my most beautiful and probably at this point my most valuable in my collection. So I've got some more, just a few more I believe, left to feed, and we'll try to get them all in this video here because I know you guys are clicking watch. So hold on, guys. I'm going to be pretty brief about this one. Most of you recognize this guy. This is the old man of the collection. This is Augie, my GBB, my green bottle blue, my first tarantula. Had him for over 2 years. He's been a mature male for probably 9 months. I sent him to California. He successfully paired with 2 females. One of the females ate her sack 3 days after laying it, and the other one, I guess nothing, because I haven't heard anything from the guy that she laid anything. He hasn't eaten much lately, which is to be expected of a male. And I don't think he'll eat this, but I'm not worried if it gets loose in his enclosure, because it will just turn into a moth. He's so skinny. I fear he's in his last few months, probably. You know, the male GBB at the most might last 3 years. So, I mean, I've got a couple of good years out of him. I got him at 3/4 of an inch. He's probably pushing 4.5 now, but he's a little irritated by that thing being in his house. He's got one thing on his mind, and it's not food. Sadly, I don't think he'll ever have that other thing again, and he's just going to live out his days with me, but that's okay, because I like it that way. This is my first one, so I'll always remember it. Okay, let's move on. So this next one's going to be very brief. The image is not going to be that great. The sound is probably not going to be that great. This is my Brachypelma albiceps nicaragua female, Bridget, hiding in her rock, which she spent more time in there in the last couple of weeks. Especially in the last week, she spent more time in there. Although she did come out last night and walk around her house for a stroll. Sadly, the aloe plant died on me just suddenly. I don't know if I overwatered it or what, so I pulled most of the dead stuff out. I'm leaving the rest of that in there for the springtails to feed on. The Earth Star is still doing fine. The Fittonia still doing fine until it hasn't had water for 3 days, and then it wilts. And then, of course, my prayer plant just got new leaves growing while old leaves are dying. Back there used to be her favorite spot, but for right now, it's the rock. So there she is. There's Bridget, my female Alba pilosum. So this next arachnid right here is one of those that would make a lot of experienced tarantula keepers say, to hell with that. This is my Scolopendra dehani, the Vietnamese giant rainforest centipede or something like that. She took down a massive hisser a few weeks ago. If you did not see that video, please look it up. She has not molted or anything yet. I'm going to throw a couple of crickets in, and if she doesn't make a pretty quick move on them, then there we go. She took one, and then she's got some to snack on later on. Yeah, I've got lots of friends that are like, screw that. I am not keeping a centipede in my house. And to be honest, when I first got it, it made me nervous as well. But once you learn their behaviors and their responses, and they learn yours, you just got to be responsible and safe. But there is my female Scolopendra dehani happily munching on a cricket. Let's find another tarantula to feed. Okay guys, so I'm just going to show you some really quick video just to show you the appetite these guys have. That centipede right there is making very short work of that cricket. Oh, and a little note, there's 2 other crickets trapped beneath this thing's body. Crickets come along in the middle or back section and touch its legs, and it throws its body over it and wraps it up with its legs. So there are like 2 crickets currently trapped underneath there. Once it's done eating this one, it will move on, which is what we're going to do. Right now. So this next one is without a doubt the largest in my collection. It has eaten 2 or 3 hissers in the past few weeks since I got it. So I'm going to offer it a couple of crickets and let's see what happens. This is, like I said, my largest, without question, basically the only critter in my collection that makes me nervous. That's why a happy, well-fed spider is a calm spider. But this guy is a beast. Minimum 7 inches. Looking a little beat up, like it's about ready for a molt. Can't wait till it does. Because even though this thing scares the shit out of me, I still want to see it at its biggest. Or maybe work out a deal with someone later on down the line who wants some of these. But I am going to move on to my last feeder, I believe. Yay, finally. The end is near. So, we're going to move on now to, I believe, the last tarantula. Alright guys, so hopefully I have saved the best for last. I know this guy is hungry because I went to move a leaf out of its water dish the other day and it startled the hell out of me with its response. It was lightning quick. I know it's hungry. This one has not been fed in probably 3 weeks, so I'm sure it's going to eat. And as I grab a waxworm, I will tell you what this is if you don't already know. This is a male Brachypelma hamori. Now, it was sold to me as a Smithy. I suspect it is a hamori. I will not get into that in this video because I do not have time, but if you would like me to do a video elaborating on why I think this might be a hamori versus a Smithy and what I know about the differences, then let me know and I'll do it. But in the meantime, let's see if he's hungry. Oh, without a doubt. So there's an appetizer. Oops. Those Brachypelmas, they sure get concentrated on one prey item sometimes, and another one just startles the heck out of them. That was kind of a bummer. Maybe it'll come back around and he'll get it. I know one cricket's not going to do him. Hey guys, I'm just going to go ahead and end it right here and now. If I've forgotten something, I'll do it in a different video. If there's something that you want to see, please let me know. I'll do that as well. And I hope that you have been at least partially entertained and maybe a little bit educated with these past 8 or 10 videos, however many they are. I hope you have enjoyed them. Please let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to do that. Share this video. Tell your friends. And have a great night. God bless.